El nuevo Pro SL no tiene clavos, pero tiene un agarre increíble. Con una plancha de carbono adicional para optimizar el retorno de energía y un nuevo y moderno diseño, el zapato original de máximo rendimiento sin clavos tiene algunas ventajas importantes.
All right. I'm not seeing signals yet.
That's me with
there we go.
arrow on my face.
I can see myself. There we go. All right. Welcome inside the Virtual Media Center here at the Cognizant Founders Cup. I am pleased to be joined by Brittany Lincicome. For anyone on the Zoom call, please let me know if you have any questions using the chat function of this call so I know to unmute you when we open it up. For anyone in the room, feel free to use the microphone down here in the front as well. But Brittany, welcome back to New Jersey. What is it like just preparing for an event like the Cognizant Founders Cup?
This is awesome. It's great to be back. I didn't get to play last year, unfortunately, so it's nice to be back this year. Just this event, I mean, giving back to where it all started for our founders. I've already seen Nancy Lopez. I'm sure there's more wonderful women here. It's just an awesome event. So just starting this event years ago, just kind of how it started, how we all played for free and money went to charity. It's just has turned into a wonderful event, and happy to be back.
You've played in just about every edition of the Founders Cup.
Yeah.
Take me through what it was like, and you just mentioned it, but in those early years of when Mike Wan came to the tour with this idea to not get paid and to benefit a charity like girls golf and charities in general. Just what was going through your mind back in 2011 when you heard of this idea?
Yeah, you know, I think originally we all thought he was a little bit crazy, but now, I mean, it's blossomed into a beautiful event. And I think the first year I finished maybe second. So I got a pretty decent check for one of my other favorite charities is the First Tee of St. Petersburg. So that money really got us started. You know, we have built a building since then, and just helping kids in general is what it's all about. Leaving the game better than what it was when I came out here has been my goal for 18 years now. So helping, you know, girls golf or the First Tees, I just love seeing kids out. And so Mike's vision back then, you know, was something we were all like, oh, is this going to work? How is this going to work? And now it's turned into this beautiful event. So we're obviously very grateful for his vision.
And this is the I want to say the 10th edition or one of the 10th or 11th edition of this tournament in itself. How it's changed throughout the years. What has it been like as a player to see it continuously elevate to what it is now?
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, not that we played bad courses back then, but I mean, every year it seems like we're going to another great golf course. I didn't get to play last year. I believe it was Mountain Ridge, but I played a Pro-Am there, and I remember thinking, gosh, this golf course is so beautiful. And then Upper Montclair here is a stunning golf course. I get to see the back nine today, so I'm super excited. But just being a part of it for all these years and seeing it kind of grow and, you know, what we're doing for girls golf and just how it's, like I said, grown, it's really incredible to be a part of.
One of the kind of missions of this event is celebrating the past, the present, and the future of the LPGA Tour. You were a member of the LPGA USGA Girls Golf Program.
Just a few years ago.
I don't want to say remember those times, but what was it like starting off in a program like Girls Golf and kind of to see as a player and to give back as a player as you've come through the LPGA Tour?
Yeah, so it's hard to remember that far back, but just my most greatest moments was just not having to play golf with the boys, being able to play with some girls, just now getting more girls involved with the game of golf. I don't know the numbers, but I know we have grown incredibly over the last couple years, you know, growing the girls golf program. It's great to see more girls getting involved with the game of golf, really any child, just watching them hit a golf ball for the first time and put that smile on their face when they actually hit the ball is like the coolest feeling ever. So, you know, celebrating all these generations and just trying to leave the game better. I think we're doing a great job, and it's obviously keeps growing every year, and more kids are getting involved, especially girls, which is great, whether it's a high school level, college level, or maybe they go on in future business. I mean, it's a great way to entertain clients, and you never know who you're going to meet on the golf course. So I think it's really cool for kids to get involved with the game.
I mean, something incredible is that between the LPGA and the Epson Tour, there are 80 girls golf alum, and there are 21, including yourself, in the field this week. I love the little, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is a lot. To see that kind of growth and be recognized at the Cognizant Founders Cup, what does it mean to you as an ambassador of girls golf and as an alum yourself?
I think you're only going to see that going up. Like I said, you know, the number they've doubled and tripled, I feel like, over the years. Every time I talk to the ladies that run it, they're saying they're doing great, bigger and better. You know, more girls are getting involved evolve. So I think that number is just going to keep on getting bigger and bigger, which is really cool to see. Just more girls, coming out, turning pro, or just, playing golf. But yeah, it's cool to be, I was grateful when they started it back in the day, and now just you have a place for girls to go to play golf. I think it's really incredible. It's definitely more like comforting than, trying to play with boys sometimes. It makes you feel a little bit more comfortable.
And you talk a little bit about seeing some pioneers and LPGA legends out here this week as we give back to the past as well. But Nancy Lopez, who was a pioneer last year, we've got Gloria Ehret and Patty Sheehan, who are these year's pioneers. What's it like whenever you're able to exit 18 and kind of look off into the Founder's Perch? I know this year we will have a missing seat in what is Shirley Spork, but in general, what's it like to kind of give back to what the tour was?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here without them. So just to go over and shake their hands and say thank you for having this vision years ago, it takes 2 seconds out of your time, but it really, from the bottom of our hearts, we can't thank them enough for having this vision and turning it into what it is now. We're always trying to make it bigger and better, and we're trying to make them proud for purses going up, more tournaments, more TV time, all these great things that are happening now with the new commissioner. But yeah, to see all those women on the 18th green and just to see them around it, I feel like a lot of them come to, Nancy comes to a lot of tournaments, so I get to see her a lot, which is great. She's still involved with the game of golf. She still loves the game of golf, and we can't thank them enough, literally, for their vision and just even being a part of the tour now. I mean, Nancy hasn't played professionally in a long time, but she still loves the tour and still wants to give back and still wants to help out and make the tour better. It's just really cool.
And we'll have not only tributes to Shirley. You'll see some rubber ducks. You'll see some ribbons. But as we think about her presence and what she has given back to this game of golf, what are some of your best memories you have through the years on tour, watching her on the Founder's Perch, seeing her at Solheim Cup? What are some of the big, when you think of Shirley Spork, what are some of the memories that come to mind to you?
Gosh, I mean, that woman got around to so many events. I feel like we saw her all the time. She was a huge Facebook person, which is so funny. Anytime you post something, she was always the first to comment. Anytime I would see her in person, she was always giving me a golf lesson or a tip here or there, which was super helpful. Having somebody, a Hall of Famer, back in the day, like giving you advice. I mean, of course you're going to take it and run with it. Just to see how much she loved the game and just to have her out a lot of times and to see her, it really was super special. It was really great to get to know her over the years, and obviously going to miss her very much just because she was such a great part of the game and really meant a lot to the game.
I'll be looking for those rubber duckies.
Yeah, totally.
A little bit more about girls golf, but nearly 100,000 young women and girls have been associated with the program. Wow. Will Emory become one of those in the near future, do you think?
Absolutely. Everyone always asks, do you think she's going to be a pro golfer? I have no clue. She's 2. But just like I said earlier, just getting her involved. Golf teaches you so many great lessons, and whether she uses those for, high school, college, professional, whatever, business in the future, it's just a great game that it would be cool for her to play with her dad and I and just to go out and have some fun. So we have clubs now. She kind of just whacks the dog with them mostly. So her attention span probably lasts about 3 minutes. So it's a work in progress, but she has golf clubs already, and would just love for her, if any level, just to be able to play with her dad and I for sure.
And Emory is soon to be a big sister. Yeah. We've talked about that before, but as an LPGA mama already on tour, what's it been like this past season, kind of balancing, being pregnant on tour and also having a little one in Emory? But not only that, what have you learned from the last time that you were playing while pregnant on tour? Yeah,
so I'm super lucky. I don't get sick in the beginnings. I carry pretty well, I think, because I'm taller. So it's just been a breeze so far. I'll be 6 months tomorrow. So we're moving right along, which is great. I don't want to shut it down yet because then the time's just going to go by really slow. So I'm going to keep playing as long as I possibly can, as long as I feel comfortable, and I'm not too big yet. We're going to keep it going, but it's cool. Emory, anytime you ask her, she says, Emory, big sister. Like she knows like she's going to be a big sister soon. And obviously I refer to my belly just saying there's a baby in mommy's belly, which is cool. So I'm a little bit nervous to be the first to have 2 out on tour, other than our veteran players. Obviously I can get advice from Julie Inkster, Pat Hurst, how to juggle 2, but It's going to be wonderful. We're super excited about baby number 2 and can't wait for her to get here.
I was just about to ask, have you reached out to, the moms like that have juggled 2 on tour?
Not yet, but I'm sure it's definitely a conversation that I need to have sooner rather than later. But my parents have been so great. They travel every week with me to help with Imri, so I'm sure they'll be out helping with baby number 2 if I continue to play. But yeah, we'll have to take it week to week just to see. I'm sure it's going to be that much more difficult to have 2. One, I say is super easy just because obviously somebody can always watch her. It's not a big deal. She's a great sleeper, thank God, just like me. So I'm sure throwing number 2 in there, if they're not good sleepers or on different pages, it'll be a little bit tougher. So we'll see what happens. But right now, my plan is to keep playing and to come back. But we'll see.
There's a great little support system, I feel as if, with the LPGA moms out here on tour. What's it been like kind of telling when you first opened up that news to them as well, saying there's a second one coming as well? How much support and how did it feel to kind of be able to tell that support system that you have out here about baby number 2?
Oh, it's so great. And I'm hoping more of them get on board and we're all going to do this together because all of our kids are so close in age, which is super fun. It seemed like there was a gap for so long where there was no babies on tour, and now we have so many. So it's just been really cool to be a part of, and obviously we can, either Jarena or Stacy or Brittany Lang ask advice and hey, my kid's doing this, so is this normal? What should we be doing? So it's been great. So I need more to get on board. Jackie Stolting and I are 3 days apart, I think. So her and I have been talking a bunch about how we're feeling or what our plan is in the future. But yeah, we definitely need more moms to have that second one so we can all be in a group together and we can all know what's happening at the same time. But it's been cool. Everyone's been supportive and texting saying congrats. So it's been really cool.
And you talk about keeping on playing, about how you don't want to shut it down yet. You don't want to get too bored. As you've been playing and prepping for Founders Cup this week, what do you think of Upper Montclair? You talked a little bit about how you do like this course, but what do you really like about it?
I've only played the front 9, but it's so beautiful. I mean, the fairways are pretty generous, so it's probably going to be more the second shots and the greens. But I mean, it's the perfect layout. It's so beautiful. Everything is immaculate already. So I'm super excited to go see the back 9 today and then obviously tee it up on Thursday. But it seems like a golf course that fits my eye pretty well. So I've been playing really, really well. I just need literally one or two more putts to fall, either to keep the momentum going or to kind of change what's happening during the round and kind of get it going, which we haven't had all year. So I played yesterday and the same, the ball would go over the hole every time and it just would not fall in the hole. So we just literally need one break here or there, and I feel like my game is going to turn around and it's going to be great because I'm hitting it really well. I don't miss fairways. I hit it in every fairway, which you would think would make the game a lot easier, but it still doesn't.
What's it like to kind of balance that mentality? I mean, you are a pregnant mom on tour. Not only that, but also just trying to find that part of your game like you talk about again. Yep. What's it like mentally to be able to kind of separate that and know that there's a lot going on as well?
Super frustrating because the competitor in me is saying, we're better than this. I've won multiple times. It should be easier than this. But the tour is just getting stronger and stronger. The girls are getting better and better. So it's even par, 1 or 2 overs don't make the cut anymore. You have to be under par or even at worst. So it's the tour is getting harder. Being 6 months pregnant, I don't give myself enough credit of, we're going through a lot. My body is changing, obviously. But just in my head, obviously, it's the competitor in me. I just want to do good every week. I feel like I should be able to do good every week. So it's kind of a weird situation to be in. But, yeah, it is what it is. And I just, after the round, I'm like, okay, I'm pregnant with a healthy baby. I have a healthy baby at home. Life is fine, so it's okay.
It's nice to have that off the golf course. I'll wrap it up with this here, too. As you look forward and you look ahead to the coming months and how you'll strategize that, I talked a little bit about Jin Young used to always say being the happiest golfer on the golf course, too. What goes into, even if you're getting frustrated, what goes into kind of settling yourself on the golf course and kind of getting that competitiveness out, but not too much of the frustration? Yeah,
so keeping photos of my daughter, husband, in my yardage book is definitely a huge help. And again, just me being the competitor, I put too much pressure on myself. I want to do good every week, and I want to hit every shot perfect. And then at the end of the day, it's really, it's not that big of a deal. I'm going through some stuff that other players aren't going through, and we're trying to figure it all out. So cut myself a little slack, but I just don't want to.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Brittany. Thank you for joining us, and best of luck this year.
Thank you so much.
Tanto jugando suelto como en competición. Tanto si se trata de un rápido 9 hoyos o de un gran 36. Tanto si juegas bajo presión o arrasando, siempre das lo mejor de ti. Nuevo Fuel de FootJoy.